So I will sing a few lines of Vrindavan glorification, okay? It's a
Haribol.
very long bhajan, but I can sing the first few lines. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Sri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Kisi Ghat Bamsi Bata Dwadasakana जहाँ सब लीला कोइलो श्री नंद नंदन श्री नंद यशोदा जय जय गोपगान श्रीदामादि जय जय धेनुवत्सगान जय वृषभानु जय कीर्तिदा सुंदरे जय पूर्णमासी जय अबीरा नगरी जय जय गोपीश्वर वृंदावनमा जय जय कृष्ण सखा बाटू दे जरा जय राम घाट जय रोहिणी नंदन जय जय वृंदावन बासी जट जान जय द्विज पत्नी जय नग कन्यागान भक्ति ते जहार पैलो गोविंद चरण श्री रास मंडल जय जय राधा श्याम जय जय रास लीला सर्व मनोरम जय जय ज्वल रस सर्व रस सार पर किया भावे जहाँ ब्रजते प्रचार श्री जानवा पाद पद्म कोरिया स्मरण दीना कृष्ण दास कहे नाम संकीर्तन Hey Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Sri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Sri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. So this song, Srila Prabhupada used to say that if you sing this song, then you cover all the pastimes and the leelas of Krishna, and you glorify Vrindavan at the same time and glorify the Dham itself. In that respect, there is a sloka that says that Aradhyo Bhagwan Brajes Tanyas Tam Vrindavanam. Aradhya Bhagwan Brajes means that like the chief or the main personality of Braj is Krishna. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesh. Brajesh is Krishna himself. And then he says, Tanyas Tatam Vrindavanam. That just as much as we worship Krishna, Vrindavan Dham itself is to be equally worshipped. So if you worship Dham, it is also same as worshipping Krishna. And that's why Krishna also says that the best way to worship the Dham is not that like you go on the bank of the Ganges and offer an arti like that, but actually you take care of the Dham very nicely. You serve the Dham very nicely. So you serve the Braj Bas, serve the Braj Bas is very nicely. So if we can do that sincerely from the core of our heart, then we can we can experience some extraordinary, energies, Saktis. Like Vrindavan is one place that even today it is said that when you go into the Nikunj one or there are other ones where the flute is being heard, Even Muslim saints have said that who have retired here and taken up to, the Prema Bhakti or Krishna Bhakti seriously, they have said that it's a place where today even if you are a sincere devotee and your blessings of your guru, then you can actually hear the flute being played. So, and Vrindavan is one place where it's almost like actually I don't. There's a sloka statement in the Puranas which says that actually when Vrindavan comes from Golok down and it descends onto the Earth planet, it actually does not sit on the planet. It is always a few inches above the planet, And that is why when Lord Shiva does the Tandava and the entire universe is annihilated, nothing happens to Vrindavan Dham. It's like a plane that is floating up. And only you can come to Vrindavan if Radharani gives you blessings. Sometimes we think, oh, I'm going to the Dham, But, actually it is a call from Radha and Krishna that they are planning to bring you here. And it's a privilege to come to the Dham. And it's a place where almost every saint of India has visited, Mirabai, um, Tulsidas, you name all the great saints. Even Jesus Christ came to Vrindavan, Guru Nanak came to Vrindavan. And if you look at the list if you just Google and see all the saints who visited Vrindavan, you'll be very, very pleasantly surprised that, yes, really. And really speaking, in this day and age, we have to give credit to Lord Chaitanya because, because of the Mongols and the British, Vrindavan was almost wiped out. And there was a time where nobody knew exactly where Vrindavan was. And so Lord Chaitanya comes and he reestablishes the Dham. And after that, many great personalities come. And Lord Chaitanya instructs initially 6 Goswamis that we glorify every day and we remember every day during our prayers. They are the personalities who should be getting all the credit for Vrindavan being reestablished. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. Today it is said that even just like you can hear the flute of Krishna being played if there is sincerity within your heart and there is sincere, devotion from you. Likewise, you can go to Rupa Goswami's Samadhi in Radha Damodar temple, where even Srila Prabhupada stayed. And it is said that almost every day in the morning time, just around 10 to 11 o'clock, Rupa Goswami comes through there in the morning. And many people experience that. And Prabhupada had stayed there for a long time and he was praying to Rupa Goswami for many years. And you know what? Actually, Rupa Goswami appeared. Rupa Goswami appeared in person. And he came and told Srila Prabhupada, now you should go to the West. Now you should go to the West, and now your mission will be accomplished. So Srila Prabhupada personally speaks about this. When you go to Radha Damodar temple, the Goswamis of Radha Damodar temple are very, very proud to narrate this pastime as to how Srila Prabhupada was blessed by Rupa Goswami personally. It's a long story. Maybe another time we'll just speak about Rupa Goswami and Radha Damodar temple in one of the sessions. But whenever they are making announcements after Aarti and they are giving lectures, the Goswamis actually remember Srila Prabhupada and they remember the pastimes of Rupa Goswami and they glorify Prabhupada as being, a special Saktivas avatar who was blessed by Rupa Goswami. Another great personality was Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur was also empowered. And when he comes into Vrindavan and he's lamenting, he laments so much so that Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, the six Goswamis, the entire Sankirtan party appeared in front of him. And each one of them embraced him and gave him blessings and said to him that, look, we may not be here physically present, but we are present with you. And we are here right now to give you blessings so that your journey, you are supposed to be taking this Sankirtan movement to the next greater height. And this is why we are here, to bless you so that you will be able to continue. I humbly advise you that, like, if you can get hold of a book called Narottam Das Thakur by Sitala Mataji. Sitala Mataji is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and she has done so much research in the past times of all the great saintly personalities. And one of the personalities he focused on was Narottam Das Thakur. And she has given so much details about how Narottam Das Thakur was not only blessed by Lord Chaitanya again and again, but even Radharani comes and blesses him. And Jiva Goswami blesses him. Lokanath Goswami blesses him. And he's experiencing, it's like he's almost talking every day, to different personalities. Just like Lord Chaitanya, when he went to Sri Rangam, Sri Rangam comes to mind because there is one one brother of Venkat Raman, whose name was Prabodhananda. He also retired into Vrindavan, and he has written many, many, many nice books. But one of the books that Prabodhananda Saraswati has written is called Vrindavan Mahima, means the glorification of Vrindavan. And again, if you can either go on to YouTube and hear the glories of Vrindavan Mahima by Prabodhananda Saraswati Maharaj, or you can hear the glory of Narottam Das Thakur by different personalities. Why I'm requesting this humbly is that because when you hear how this great personalities received mercy directly, from the Supreme Lord, from Radharani, from Goswamis, it will give an upliftment to us in our spiritual life, and it will encourage us to come to Vrindavan. Because by coming to Vrindavan, whatever we perform, and I repeat this, I've said this many times, that every act you perform here is multiplied by 1,000 times. So when we chant one round is equal to 1,000 rounds. So the potency in return is huge, humongous, So Prabodhananda Saraswati, he's written books, and it is said actually there is no a person who's in comparison to who can be compared to Prabodhananda, because he was an expert musician. He could play literally every musical instrument. He wrote songs, he wrote poems, he wrote books. And just like Srila Prabhupada in this day and age, he accomplished so much in such little time. Likewise, Prabodhananda Saraswati Maharaj has given us so much glorification of Vrindavan, so much so that many times people say that, we don't hear so much about Radharani, but he has written a book on Radharani also. He's written a book on Krishna. He's written a, Ras Panch Adhyay, in which there is the Rasa Lila and the pastimes of Krishna and Radharani during that time in intimacy. He is given such nice narrations. So we can experience Vrindavan sitting wherever we are by reading Prabodhananda Saraswati's books, by hearing his bhajans, by reading his poems. We can also relish the glories of Vrindavan by relishing the pastimes. and of Narottam Das Thakur, for example, because Narottam Das Thakur has gone into great depths in devotional service, and he was a great example of a humble devotee, and yet his tapasya that he performed was extraordinary, and he was blessed, personally. Lord Chaitanya blesses him. He goes to Govardhan, and in Govardhan he meets Krishna and Balaram, and they come and bless him. He's thinking about Radharani, and Radharani comes and blesses him, and there's Jiva Goswami, complimenting the blessings that he's getting all the time. So, it's important for us to read these books and to read the pastimes of these great personalities. There's so many. We can list them. In fact, if like you're like, and then we can select on each time one. I can list a number of these great personalities, and we can take one at a time. And every time we meet, we can glorify one of the persons for the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can talk about other things. But just like I was saying that Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesh, and just as much as we worship Krishna, worshipping Vrindavan Dham and doing service to Vrindavan Dham is just like doing service to Krishna. And Krishna is very happy when we do that. So in that respect, I want to just mention that, we are continuing with all the activities from Gopi Education Project to water pumps to distributing humanitarian needs, like we did the blankets, distribution ration and food, helping people with their medical needs, special cow projects. And I'm very happy, and I proudly say that one of our trustees, Nabinandan Prabhu, has been very, very instrumental in making all these things happen. He was here recently with his team, and he personally came and re-ended the service personally, even by going out in the middle of the night, because that's when we distribute the blankets, because that's the time when we are able to decide who really deserves or who really needs, support. So Nabinandan Prabhu, please, highlight some of your experiences and, uh, give us an insight on your personal experiences along with your wife and other devotees who are here.
Thank you so much. I remember you mentioned some years ago that if you come to Vrindavan and you are simply touring, you're simply having darshans and not really getting involved in doing any practical seva, then you're just a little tourist, really.
Can you speak up a little because your voice is low?
Can you hear me now?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you not gaining any benefit by just being a tourist, but actually do something practical, And I'm very grateful to you because you are the conduit through whom all of this seva is being done. And without you there, we would not be able to. Because I know how difficult it is to find somebody genuine in the holy dham, especially in Vrindavan, not get cheated. Many years ago, maybe about 30 years ago, when I first went to Vrindavan, I was not first, but maybe the second or third visit. I was with my spiritual master, His Holiness Krishnadas Swami, and we were just going to one of the temples in a rickshaw, and I was noticing how the children were playing so nicely on the streets, And I was commenting to Maharaj, they look so happy. And he said to me, "You're foolish, Beta." They are actually struggling. They look happy because they're in Vrindavan, but actually, especially the girls, they are not educated. You should do something. And I was a little dumbfounded, what what am I going to do? And then many years later, Trikalpa, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, you called me and said, Prabhuji, there's a girl who approached me, and you know this better than I do because it happened to you. She approached me and she asked that, look, I have, the family want me to get married, but I really want to study it. I'm only 13. And you asked, can we sponsor her education? They're a very poor family. They didn't have the ability to pay for the girl. And I remember saying, "My goodness, this is."
Yeah, I said to you, I will just sponsor the girl on your behalf, and you
Oh,
said,
did you?
that's my good luck."
Well, good luck and blessing from Guru Maharaj, because all these years, I ignored Maharaj's instructions, but had it in the back of my mind, somehow I've got to do some seva in Vrindavan. But you actually, have fulfilled that order by the Guru. So I'm very thankful to you. And I think last year, Prabhuji, he and his wonderful team took, is it 350 girls through the education system? Is that right?
367 to be
Ah,
precise.
367. My goodness.
right.
And this is the third year. And these are
Yeah.
not girls who are, I mean, they are from extremely poor backgrounds. Trikal and his team, they go and check the eligibility of these families. Some of them don't even have a front door to their house. They're
They
very,
have a
very
piece of cloth in the front door. That's
piece
the
of
door.
cloth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's not that they can afford the education, they can't afford it at all. And it's not that these girls are they're so bright, so let's take them through the education system. That's not the criteria we use. The criteria is, they have this desire to learn and become educated, and that they come from such poor backgrounds, poor families, that they have no alternative. They cannot go to education to be educated, can't go to school. So every time we go, Trikal Prabhu always, let me just share my screen. He always gives us darshan of some of the children. This was in August 2023. Yeah, that's right. And I think Nani Ben, you were also with us at this trip. And you can see these children, they are so happy. They're so ecstatic. And I think many of these girls, this is on the way to Delhi, I think, Tikal Prabhu, the school.
Yes, just as you leave Vrindavan is in Chatikara area. Just as you leave Vrindavan hit the main road, it's at the junction there.
And there's many girls there who are sponsored by Govardhan Institute of Vedic Education. Is that right?
Yes, most of these girls at the front are our
Mashallah.
students, and the dresses they are wearing are also provided by us. We
Yeah,
provide them
yeah,
two sets of clothes.
yeah, yeah. Brilliant. So it's a really wonderful program. We want to educate these girls all the way through to their professional life, if possible.
Yeah.
It's primary, secondary education is, like it costs something like 200 UK pounds per child, and we
Per
per
year.
year, yeah, per year. Thank you. And we do that through a charity here, London Institute of Vedic Education. So we also get the tax relief, the gift, which is also used in Vrindavan. So it's not that we take any salaries or any overheads. 125% of the donation goes to Vrindavan. So, and we have many devotees in the school who have sponsored a child or many children. If you are able to, and you haven't, but you're able, please do contact us. The new school term starts in about 2 months' time, and we need to again get ready for the new schooling year. And at the same time, this is a school. Actually, this is near the Jagannath Mandir, right? Prabhu?
This is a school which is part of Jagannath temple, and these Jagannath deities, wonderfully are the original deities from Jagannath Puri itself.
Right, right.
So
Wow.
that also we can narrate that pastime another time. But Lord Jagannath
Hmm.
actually told the king that this year you will not put me in the sea.
Hmm.
This year you will arrange for me to go to Vrindavan, and I
Wow.
will stay in Vrindavan.
Wow.
So the actual Kalavaran was the previous deities came to Vrindavan Dham, and the new deities were installed in Jagannath Puri.
Okay, wow. So I think the vast majority of children in this school are sponsored by GIVE. Is that correct?
All of them, they are all
All
from
of them.
Jugi and Jupilis. All of these are children who live in Jugi Jupilis. They don't have homes as such.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. And we personally know the teachers because when we go, we try to go to this school every time, and there's such wonderful teachers. Uh,
Yes.
so, and here we have the ability to also feed the children. This is really unique. It's not that we're just educating them, but we also, how much you're going to learn on an empty stomach. It's quite challenging.
Mm.
So this is so good that devotees often sponsor the prasad, which is then served to these wonderful Brijbasi children, and educating a girl, you are helping so many generations in one go. The current generation, the future generation, and the children of the future generation. They're all going to benefit from this one act of serving a gopi, educating a gopi. So that's a huge part of what Govardhan Institute of Vedic Education does, and it's a real pleasure. And I can't thank Trikal Prabhu enough for what he's actually giving us the facility. Yes, Naniman.
Yes, when food is not served by the or not sponsored by the devotees,
Mm.
then what happens on those days? Do they
What's the
bring along?
question?
What my question is, the children are fed, and as Prabhuji said that if somebody sponsors them, then they are given food. But otherwise, are they given any basic food during the times when they're not being sponsored?
The children that are sponsored, they come every day with their own packed lunches. We don't
Okay,
provide lunch every day, but every now and again, devotees like so yourselves are coming or we get requests. So I would say 50-60% of the time they get special prasadam other than their own packed lunch.
they're being their own pack. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Brilliant. And just a few other things which, sorry, anything else, Trikal Prabhu, in
No, I
respect?
think that the real thing is the joy of seeing these children going to
Yeah.
school and the joy they give you when you're in front of them and they look at you. They cannot speak, they cannot tell you, or they cannot hug you, but they do everything through their eyes. You
Mm.
know, the love that emanates from their eyes just tells everything as to how happy they are and how grateful they are that we are doing this service for them. So otherwise, they would be stuck at home.
Stuck at home or perhaps married, and that's
Yeah, and
crazy.
so
Yeah,
many girls get married at the age of 12, 13. It's ridiculous, but that's happening. It's happening in today's world also.
yeah, yeah. Another thing which really is quite amazing, which Trikapa didn't mention it in his brief summary, was the forestation or the planting of
Mm.
trees. And this is in a place called Sunera, um, Sudevi's town. Let me see if this can work. Oh, I just want to show
So
you.
David Ram, yes, one of the Astagopis.
Sorry, just want to show this. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can.
You can also highlight the water pumps.
Mm.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay, there it is. Oops. So 1 year ago, we planted many trees here in the area to David's village. And these trees have grown nicely, very beautifully grown. The Vatika is a small forest, and it helps with the water retention to have this greenery in the plants and the trees. This has all been done by Golden Institute of Vedic Education. Very good. So that's I'm not sure if you could hear all of that, but that's quite an interesting project that also takes place. So, how is the garden going there? Uh,
The trees there, normally about, say, 60% of the trees survive. So the trees that have survived, they've really dug themselves into the ground. So they are there for lifetime now, unless somebody uproots them. it takes 2 years for them to get grounded. So it's been more than 2 years now. And some of the trees have really grown tall. They're going to put 14, 15 feet high, And some of the trees are giving really nice flowers, and some trees have started giving fruits also.
And how is that particular Vatika, the Sunera?
Sunera, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one that is our primary Vatika.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so that's again, I know people have a desire sometimes to plant trees, and which is such a very good pious activity. What a place to do it, Vrindavan. It's just incredible facility that Trikalan
There
is.
is an opportunity now in Sri Tungavadya Sakhi's dam. She's also one of the Ast Gopis, and they have a really nice big plot that they have allocated to us that we can actually plant trees, fruit trees, make it into flower garden, and make walkways there.
Okay,
So,
wow.
so I'm preparing a plan for that, and then we'll circulate it also.
Okay, and there are people who will be looking after, of course.
Yeah, the temple itself is temple ground, so temple will be looking after it. Yeah, they used to grow flowers in that, but they don't have a mali as such. So I'm trying to work out how we can have one mali there. Mali doesn't have to be there every day, but twice a week he goes, he waters, he checks everything, and we continue taking care of the park itself, and the flowers will be offered to to Radha Krishna there. Just like there is a Radha Bagh in Barsana, the flowers from Radha Bagh goes every day and garlands are made being offered to Priya and Priyatam in Barsana.
Right. This year, also, I mean, in August, sorry, December this year, we also witnessed. So this is another water pump that is being opened today on the Choriasi course, and the town village name is Premnagar.
There you go.
There is not any drinking water for a long distance, but now the villagers, they have this water pump near their homes. And this one has been sponsored by devotees in the Ladies don't? पानी भरेंगे सब लोग साथ में खड़े रहे ना आप लोग इधर खड़े रहिए ताकि and Trikalajna has been organized in state with money dark. This is money dark. So I think now up to 38 water pumps have been put on the Parikram Marg, the Braj Mandal Parikram Marg.
Again, your voice is gone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, little louder if you can.
Okay, hang on a sec. Let me just. How's that? Is that better?
That's better, yeah.
So, so far this on the Parikram Marg, the Braj Mandal Parikram
This
Marg.
is the Braj Mandal Parikrama. So the Braj falls in UP, Haryana, and Rajasthan. So what you may call a ring road of London is a ring road of the Braj, the entire Braj. And within this Braj is where Lord Krishna performed all the pastimes.
You've done 38 pumps so
We've
far.
Yeah, we inaugurated the 39th one. It's being edited now. It'll be sent to you shortly in a day's time or so.
Amazing.
And yeah, we have 69 more to do to get to 108. That is the plan to do on the Braj Mandal Parikrama, that we do one roughly every 5 kilometers. So we can install 108 water pumps, which will benefit hundreds and thousands of pilgrims, and also the local villages and anyone else who is nearby.
It's amazing. Great seva. And we witnessed.
Actually, that was request came to me from the Pradhan of Govardhan. He said, it's nice you're installing these water pumps, but if you can do them on the Parikrama, because throughout the year there is different groups doing Braj Mandal Parikrama. So say, Go Purnima time, there's a lot of people who come from Mayapur area, and then in the summertime, there's a lot of devotees who come from Rajasthan. They have their, agenda and worship during summertime. And then Kartik time for 2 months, like the whole world comes here. And that is when that is said, it's like a garland of human beings on the Braj Mandal Parikrama. It takes 30 days roughly walking for 4 or 5 hours a day to do the Brajmandal Parikrama. So you can imagine how many human beings are there. At that time, if you do an aerial view, you will not find any spot where there is a blank. In other words, the garland is so big. It's the ring road garland, you call it, for Brajmandal Parikrama. And yes, we've done 39, and next week we are doing 2 more. Nani Mains is also next week. So
While
will be.
while we're talking on the pumps, there's a question on the chat: is how much do the pumps cost? So if you can cover that.
On average, we say that 75,000 per pump. It can go up as we go towards Rajasthan, because then it will not be like 150 feet anymore. Water will come at like 400 feet, 500 feet, 600 feet. At that stage, we have to install, more, not hand pumps, but we have to install water pumps, motor pumps. And 75,000 includes, prasadam. We distribute 100 boxes of prasadam.
Brilliant. Yeah. And it's very,
Just think that you're supplying water to like 3,000 people a day. That's an average population of a small village, living along the pilgrims and everyone else,
And you see how happy, especially the Matajis are, because they're the ones who have to walk long distances in order to get fresh water. And now they have a water pump near their home. They become ecstatic and very happy. It serves so many people. It's amazing.
Now we're loading the documentaries on YouTube, unless like the donor says we don't want to be on YouTube. So like if you go on the YouTube and just punch in Govardhan Institute, you will see, how we are doing different activities and, hand water pumps, sometimes the gopis, sometimes the forestation, sometimes food distribution. Different videos are being loaded up, and please feel free to, circulate them and help us get more and more people connected to us so we can do this, divine seva, which is very much required in the Dham. And not forgetting the fact that Krishna himself says that serving Vrindavan is serving me,
And these pumps, actually, you can dedicate into to various people in your family, and the plaque.
Yes, certainly. You just have to tell us whether it's in the memory of somebody or it's a gift on some behalf of somebody, whatever wordings you want.
Brilliant. And just one.
Installation of the water pump. Villagers are giving prasad and some action as well. This is just to finalize this seva, to get the blessings of the Vrajvasis, Radha Krishna.
So that's now the other service, which was very powerful. It really did have a big impact on our psyche, was the distribution of blankets, especially in the middle of the night, to those who are sleeping.
The soul who has just a light sheet, and you just come and namaste, put the blanket on him, ask for his blessing. These are Vrajvasis living on the street. But nothing, they got nothing.
This is a extremely practical seva that is performed, and literally these boys who Trikal,
Prabhuji, your voice is gone again.
Again, okay. Let me see what's happening. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
That's better.
Okay. Yeah, this is the most amazing seva because it's very practical. Trikal has a wonderful team of youngsters, middle of the night, and he's one of the youngsters because he joins them as well. And they go out in the rain with
I just like to show this Mataji.
yes.
He has 3 boys.
Right.
And they all go out practically for 2 months in the middle of the night. And they bring 2 rickshaws and then they go around. And she also goes with them. And one of the boys happens to be here. Is
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Jai Dev.
Radhe Radhe.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. How are you?
I'm okay. And you?
I'm good.
Pass me.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Jaydev, Ajay, Jaydev, and Lokanath. We have Lokanath Goswami in the team also, and they are wonderful boys. And we have to do it very, intelligently, because when people see the blankets on the auto rickshaws, everyone wants one, regardless of they just deserve one or not. So, well, Lokanath normally carries the blanket and he stays like a half kilometer ahead of everybody, and then we carry just a few blankets in the auto that we are distributing from, and then we will stop where we see that people are sleeping and they either have a chadar or nothing on, then we go and put the blankets on them. And that's what, Navinandan Prabhu, you and your team who was here helping experienced. And we have different devotees as they're coming through. We request them, please come for one night and experience it yourself.
Yeah.
It is a very, very, very touching experience for everyone. And everyone who's done that, they have really kind of showed appreciation of what's going on and how they've come forward to help us more.
Yeah, it's true. It's a really, really amazing service. Just wanted
There's
to...
one more from Puja Mataji saying, Prabhuji, you're doing so much in Vrindavan. It seems a difficult choice to make to sponsor which seva. So either Trikal or Nabi can tackle that one.
You can do a package of seva, like Trika Babu, do you remember that sponsorship thing that you put together? Something
Yes. He was saying that you can become a member of Give, and you can give like £1,000 a year, and we divide up that funds through the year. So we can keep all the sevas going on. So there are many people who are coming forward and have come forward since last year. We started this like maybe 6, 7, 8 months back. So that is the way to really move forward. That if we have a few hundred people who are giving that amount of money, then we could do some really substantial service with growth culture so that it continues for a long time to come.
Yeah.
But however, if you have to choose, if you look at each seva being performed on the net on YouTube, and wherever your heart pulls you, you go in that direction. Just think that by giving £200 a year, if you can give a child a life,
Yeah.
it's unique thing. The child will forever be grateful to you, even if you don't know the child, and the child doesn't need you, but the child will always be grateful. And likewise, water. Just think that if you go into your kitchen, if there is one day no water coming in, how will you feel? What if you had to go through that every day, that there was no tap and no water? Where do you get the water from? From the local pond, which is, dirty and filthy, and then you have to filter it and boil it. Is that something that you would want to do? And then again, that gives you an opportunity that, okay, if I sponsor one water pump, which is like 750 pounds to 800 pounds, I can be giving good water to at least 3,000 people a day on average. So these are great. That's why we give a lot of priority to the Gopi education and to the water, because there's a dire need. There's a dire need for these things.
And the other thing that struck me a lot was the service done for the elderly, especially those who have nothing, the
Widows.
those who just maybe dumped, abandoned at the doorstep, perhaps, of the
Yeah, many times.
Yeah, many times. And that was fantastic. Seva. We gave saris to them, we gave blankets, and also to the blind people. And this is an example of the blind.
So, Venu, this is today we are distributing blankets. These are the blankets to somewhere blind people living. So today they will give the blankets. They can have very, very little. You can't see this is the principle. They are also
This is
Yeah, we have two blind ashrams. One is for adults and the other one is children. And there's a dire need to help them. They don't even have a proper rooms to sleep in. There's 10 of them being cramped up in a room, for example. It's challenging, it's painful, but I just personally feel that I want to give every moment of my life to these projects and help as many people as I can. It's a privilege. It's a great privilege to be able to do something like this.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's amazing. And there's a lot more that Trikal Prabhu is planning. Please, get involved. I remember trying to do seva in Vrindavan for many years, but we would always get cheated, no matter what we tried to do. Somehow the money, Lakshmi, would just not go to the place where we wanted to go. But now the opportunity there, and to serve in Vrindavan. I mean, what can we do for the people of Krishna, for those who love Krishna? Not much, because Krishna is looking after them, but He's giving us this opportunity, and it's such a rare opportunity. Let's make the most of it. This is our moment to actually really get involved, dive into this save. So that's what I wanted to share with everybody. And oh yes, of course, the other thing is Goshalas. Completely missed that out altogether. But so many Goshalas are being looked after by Trikal Prabhu and his team there. And it's amazing seva, amazing seva.
We support Goshalas owned again by poor people who have 2 cows or maybe as many as 4 or 5 cows. And they are the people who are sometimes forced to put the cows on the streets because they can't feed their own children. That is why cows are seen on the street. Rich people will not put cows on the street. So this was an inspiration I got, that instead of opening big goshalas, it's better to help people who have cows, who love their cows and they want to take care of them. So we provide them feed, we provide them medical needs, and sometimes transportation to the pet hospitals. And in return, we request them that they will continue taking care of the cows and they will not put the cows on the streets. So that is what we're trying to do. And now also connected many families to many individuals like this. So they can actually interact with them directly also.
And we've had a few devotees who've actually bought a cow, a gomata, actually, in honor of people who passed away in their family. So,
Yes.
except during Shraddha as well, which is another good seva.
Yeah, so we have had a few people donate cows. That is also quite a big exercise, because first of all, you have to find the cow that the donor likes, and then that cow has to be given to a person who is from the background where they will take nice care of cows. And normally when these donations are given in the memory of somebody, they have to be given to a Brahmin family rather than just any family. But in Braj, we have the advantage because the Brajbasis are the real Brahmins of the universe, So yeah, we can do that. But again, I had to tell one donor that, like, either you adopt a cow or you donate a cow. When you donate a cow, then it's like giving donation away. And then you cannot expect them to do things with the cows that you want them to do. You are giving a donation, remember that. And if you want to adopt a cow, it's a different thing. In the Goshalas, we have several Goshalas where you can adopt a cow and you get regular reports and you can come and, interact with them. And that is also possible,
Right.
But remember, I'm always, if you're giving donation, it's you're giving. You cannot have authority over something that you give donation. Especially with cows, I've had that challenges, and it becomes difficult to keep a donor happy, and it's difficult to keep the new owner of the cow happy also.
So one more, there's a couple of comments on the chat. One from Kanchan Mataji says, so much done. My husband's dreams were to be part of this. Hare Krishna. That's a nice comment. And then Puja Mataji's put down, do you have any government help for your various projects?
हाँ उसने बोला मुझे बोल जाएगा
Trikal Prabhu, this is an interesting point about is the local government helping at all with any of the projects?
Frankly, I'll be very blunt. I don't have time to waste. Government donation means you have to go through so much bureaucracy, and then say if they allocate some money, you will get, if you're lucky, 40% of what is being allocated to you. And at the same time, you are expected to report 100% of the funds, how they're being used. And yet they are the people who eat 60% of the money before it comes to you. So frankly, I will not waste my time on those things. I've already experienced that with when I was in Delhi. I experienced it at the temple when I was vice president here in Krishna Balaram Temple. We don't entertain government projects or government's support unless they can, unless like you're dealing with a group like Jindal Pipes or Dalmia Cements, somebody who want to give capital funding. It's just, to be honest, like not worth wasting your time. The amount of time you waste go through bureaucracy and hopefully you get something. By that time, you can raise so much more funds and get so much more done.
Right. Makes sense.
The good thing is the Lakshmi that we collect here in London, we go through the London Institute of Vedic Education, we get 25% back. So that is good.
Yeah, that kind of benefit definitely welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that money, that Lakshmi also goes to Vrindavan, and it helps because it's not just that this seva is done as who's actually doing it, and how are we looking after those who are doing it, right? Because
Yes.
the families of the people, they also need to be fed. So we do give some maintenance to those who are helping to.
Sure.
It's not a big amount because that's just about enough for them to survive on, but it's enough for them to survive on. So, but that also is an overhead which we need to cover. So we don't cover it from the donation, we cover it from the gift aid.
Yes.
And I think lastly, I think one small project that Prabhu is also doing is renovating old places there. Like a couple of years ago, they renovated Tulsi Das's temple there. And I think there are other projects that are in the pipeline which they're looking at as well. So that's another project.
Yeah, we renovated Tusidasi's Bhajan Kuti, and that time, Live Group did a really great service by contributing almost 10 lakhs rupees. And we found, fortunately, some really good sculptures, because the sculpture on the top of the Samadhi, we wanted to make it exactly as it was previously. And they did a really good job of that. So Tulsidas's Bhajan Kuti has become active again and alive again because the tree had fallen and then nobody fixed it. The temple didn't have money to fix it. And then there was grass growing everywhere. So we put a very nice flooring outside. We restructured the whole, property. And there is also a Vyasasan there, a nice Vyasasan put in there now. And people are coming. Many pilgrims are coming. And because it is in a very prominent spot. It's in a square called Gyan Gudri. Gyan Gudri is the place where all the saintly personality would come to Vrindavan. That is where they would address the crowd. So yes, we are doing that. We have projects in Radhakund that need help. We have projects in Kusum Sarovar that needs help. We have many projects that need help. So if somebody is interested in coming forward to help in one of those renovation projects, we can give you a choice that you can select from.
And what we wanted to do, Prabhuji, Trikal Prabhu, every month, I think the first Sunday of every month, if we can gather like this, not to go
Yes.
to the projects, because we've done that now, but to actually get the drops of nectar from you about Vrindavan. I think that
Yes, definitely. Doing Vrindavan Mahima, the greatness of Vrindavan is very, 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 important for all of us, including me.
So if devotees are
I'll be very happy to select,
Mm.
one saint, one topic, one whatever you call it, subject matter, that is glorification of Vrindavan. And then we can announce it ahead of time that today is glorification of, such and such person or such and such place.
So
Or
can
such
we
and
take
such
the
lila,
date for next one, if possible, and that would be
6th of,
he's
6th of April?
6th of April sounds good.
6th of April, which is a Sunday, 4 weeks from now.
Yeah. And thank you, Narendra Krishna Prabhu, because you've been driving this, and I really appreciate it. It's been such
Drive come from Vrindavan somehow.
brilliant.
Yeah, but just before we finish, if anybody has any questions or if anybody wants anything specific, they would like Trikal Prabhu to discuss and encounter, then we can maybe tackle it that way. Yeah. So the idea is we get into Vrindavan and the nectar of Vrindavan over the next few months, years, whatever we can carry on. But if anybody has any questions, no, we've covered all the projects. Prabhuji, Navin's done the projects and what we're doing. But anything different, that comes to mind, please feel free to put it on the chat or on the group, or if we got Tikal Prabhu's number, you can give him a ring and say, can you please talk about this, or we want this topic covered.
Yeah, it's always nice to have some questions up front that we can work on together.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Prabhupada, any questions?
So, not a question, but Trikal Prabhu mentioned that you can go on YouTube and find
Yes.
out the project, what's going. So, is there a link or some?
If you just punch in Govardhan Institute, you will see so many projects already posted.
Okay,
And
Govardhan
a
Institute.
link we can give to the website. People can visit the website also to see what's happening.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. No questions. I'm enjoying each and every topic you talked about Gau Seva, about the blankets donation, and how you're giving the food to the poor people, and you're giving the education to the new children in Vrindavan, which you did mention that it will start in 2 months' time. If anybody interested to give some donation towards one child, and then he or she can get that education, which is very good. And I'm really interested in it.
Brilliant.
So sooner or later, I will talk to Prabhuji, and I'm glad. And I really enjoyed today's satsang. I don't know, is it finishing now or is it finished now?
Yeah, we're going to close
We're
it.
rounding up now, yes.
Thank you, Simran. Really good. Thank you for putting the link. Simran just put the link in. If anybody wants to look at the chat, appreciate that, Simran. And yes, thank you very much, Prabhu. And your support, you're always supporting, and that is very kind of you. Thank you.
Well, it's just he's the one who is helping, not me.
True.
Krishna helps us. Anyway, thank you, Trikal Gnan Prabhuji. And it was nice to see you today. See you after a long time.
Yes, and nice to be with all of you also.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So, Prabhuji, Trikal Prabhu, Navi Prabhu, thank you all, and thank you all for joining us today, and we look forward to on the 6th of April again. And please feel free to distribute the link to everybody we know. This is not just a family. We want the family to grow, and we want to go with the Brajvasis as we, participate in this program. So, anything else, Navi Prabhu or Trikal Agadas?
One more thing, very important thing. Thank you for all the devotees who missed the cricket. Appreciate that, and I'm sure the Lord will thank you by making India win.
Yes.
Although I'm batting for the other side. Oops.
You're in trouble now.
I always go to the opposite side of when Jayanti is around, so we always have good fight. I just wanted to ask Simran, if you just stay on the line. Trikal Prabhu, have you got just a couple of minutes?
Sure.
Okay. So we can close otherwise. Thank you, everybody.
Hare Krishna, everybody.